What's up guys, Genesis King here, and in today's video, I'll be providing you with a quick guide for Titan ship design in Stellaris. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing down below for more Stellaris tips videos, live streams, let's plays, as well as other sci-fi content. With that, let's go ahead and dive on in. Okay, so here we have it, Titan, the largest ship in the game. So there's going to be three things I want to focus on here with Titans. The first being that there are no options in each of these slots up here. All you have is the Titan bow, Titan core, and Titan stern. So this will provide you with 6 large weapon slots and 1 Titan-sized weapon. For the large weapon slots, I would tell you to ignore gamma lasers, plasma cannons, Gauss cannons, and null void beams, and stick with your kinetic artillery and neutron launchers. Used in unison, these can be very good at knocking out shields, i.e. the kinetic artillery with a plus 100% shield damage boost, and then the neutron launchers coming in and absolutely wrecking armor and hull damage with plus 75% and plus 50% to those two things respectively. For the defenses, again, balance it out, it's up to you, based on who you're fighting, that sort of thing. But generally keeping it balanced is your best course of action. As far as the slots over here go, I do like to run a shield capacitor just to boost the shields a little bit. And I do like to run a couple of advanced afterburners, because this, as you can probably imagine, is the slowest ship in the game. So your fleets will default to this ship's speed when moving through the system. So if you can even get a small boost to that speed, it can greatly affect your ability to get fleets to where they need to go to hold systems, to attack systems, that sort of thing. Next thing we're looking at here is the Perdition Beam. It does 5,000 to 10,000 damage per shot, so this makes this ship basically a battleship killer. Its cooldown is a little bit slow. That being said, with that high amount of damage, it is completely worth it. Now, we're going to shift to what makes this ship class, in my mind, the almost Swiss Army knife of the game of Stellaris, and that is these auras. So we're going to go through them one by one. The first aura is the Shield Dampener. So this gives a negative 20% modifier to enemy shield hit points, so it reduces their shield hit points by 20%. So if your enemy is heavily focused on shields, like say the Unbidden Endgame Crisis, you're going to want to run a Titan that has this aura. Next up, we have the Quantum Destabilizer. This effect is negative 10% to ship fire rate of your enemies. Basically means they can't fire as often, therefore they cannot do as much damage. Next up, we have the Subspace Snare. This decreases the enemy combat disengagement chance by 20% and increases the enemy emergency FTL cooldown by 100%. If you know going into a fight with another empire that you are going to have the superior firepower, this is going to be a good choice for you to run, because it will keep ships from jumping out before you can destroy them. With this, you have a greater chance of actually knocking out the ship for good. Next, we have the Inspiring Presence. It has an effect on your own fleet of plus 5% ship fire rate. As far as I know and what I've researched, it does say own fleet, but I do believe it's system-wide. If that is incorrect, let me know down in the comments. But similar to the Quantum Destabilizer, this will boost your ship's fire rate by 5%, letting you fire your weapons 5% more often during the duration of the battle. So this is good for larger weapons like, say, your kinetic artillery, which has a 6.4 cooldown, or even your Perdition Beam, which is the largest cooldown of 21.75. And lastly, we have the Nanobot Cloud. Gives off a defensive aura, again, to presumably all these ships in the sector, a daily hull regen of +1 and a daily armor regen of +3. So if you know that you are on a long expedition very far away from any repair stations, you may want to run this just so you can get some passive regeneration to your hull and armor. This also can be very effective when paired with regenerative hull tissue. So regenerative hull tissue will give you +1 hull regen and +2 armor. So you stack that on top of the Nanobot Cloud, and you will get a pretty significant regeneration to hull and armor per tick. And the last thing I want to talk about with the Titans is that one, these auras do not stack. So if you're running 2 Titans with shield dampeners, it is not a negative 40% effect on enemy ships. It's only going to be the negative 20. So you're going to want to have one design for possibly each and every one of these, or whichever 3 or 4 are most effective for you at the time. So you want to have one ship with the shield dampener, one with the quantum destabilizer, and let's say one with the subspace snare. That way they can stack separately, quote unquote, on top of each other and greatly aid in your ability to destroy fleets. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Stellaris and sci-fi content. With that, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Later, everybody.